We're being siloed into a bubble. Our likes empower the algorithm. It feeds us what we want, to keep us engaged. It wants to sell our attention. We slip deeper into a constraining narrative. But we must break free. We must burst the bubble. Truths will be learned. Cognitive dissonance will make our hearts and heads ache. Different perspectives will bring us wisdom. Some truths will be hilarious, others painful. But we must be free. We must break into the DisAlgorithm.
Welcome to the DisAlgorithm. I wanted to get on here and go through what happened yesterday with Trump with the cabinet meeting and just some stuff I'm seeing. I wanted to go through it all because, I ain't letting this go. This is more important than anything else that's happening right now. So we're going to go through it, check out some stuff. Look at some of my replies. I've already done a video, but it didn't capture any of my voice. My microphone wasn't working. So I got to do this again, but we're going to go through it all and check it all out. All right, Drew Hernandez says it's clear after President Trump's cabinet meeting statements today that he himself wants to let Epstein issue go. No, we are not selling. Let me just go through my posts here, actually. Let's see. The fact that Ben Shapiro so easily accepted the official narrative about Epstein's client list, despite years of being critical of Trump, proves that Epstein cover-up is on behalf of Israel.
Of course not. Bad. People can continue to speculate. That amounts to an actual conclusion to an investigation. They're going to be very upset today because it turns out that the DOJ and the FBI have concluded that Epstein didn't have a client list and died by suicide, according to a memo detailing the findings obtained by Axios. Now, again, does this put to bed all inquiries? Of course not. People can continue to speculate as much as they want. And I think there's still open questions here regarding how did Epstein make his money?
More investigation.
That's a very serious open question. And the speculation for a long time was he made his money from blackmail. But the DOJ and the FBI, again, run by people like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are telling you, I'm not telling you, they're telling you, people who are members of the Trump administration, people you elected and put into these positions to get you the truth on this matter, are telling you that he didn't, in fact, he was not murdered. He did not keep a client list. And he did not blackmail powerful figures.
Oh, no.
Okay, that is the thing that they are saying, not I. They are saying this. If you're willing to throw that over and claim they're lying, then I'd like to see you present your evidence that they are, in fact, lying. Because I know Dan. I don't think that Dan Bongino is lying to me.
Because they said so is the evidence, right?
I know Kash Patel a little bit. I don't think Kash Patel is lying to me.
How dare you ask? How dare you ask?
Which means that if somebody else continues to claim that they're lying, they ought to provide their evidence at this point. And now is the
point
at which
evidence?
The facts on the ground have changed. And so either you have to shift your opinion based on the facts that have now emerged, or you ought to acknowledge that this was never a fact-based inquiry in the first place.
How dare you ask questions are the facts now? Those aren't facts. Show us some facts. All right. Here's the throwback to when Trump said he's going to release the files.
People went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah. It's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago. They do that for danger, too, because, endangers certain people, et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing. But, yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
No problem.
But a lot of big people went...
Seems like he has a problem. Seems like
that amounts to
like now he has a problem. That's what I said. All right, and then we're going to look at this.
Lower, go lower, go lower, go lower, go lower. Go up a little bit. Right there. Hang on. Right there. You will not even believe what I just found. Look at the case he worked on. Look for all the way in the bottom of miscellaneous, second line. 2021, 2022. Kaplan was presiding judge on matter relating towards Virginia Giuffre and Prince Andrew. Click on that on section. Watch what happens. What happens to the case. Click on that's the one. Click right there, zoom in, and just go to the top. Yeah, Giuffre and Andrew reached, and the case was dismissed by the party stipulation in March 2022 without going to trial.
Prince Andrew.
So let me get this straight. This case, read the top. Federal Court, Virginia. You know who Virginia Giuffre? I mean, we just talked about her, right?
Trafficked girl from Epstein Island.
From Epstein Island, second son of for sexual assault under court, several sexual encounters with Andrew in the early 2000s at the age of 17, after being sex trafficked by American financier and convicted by sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, dismissed without going to trial. Yet Trump's $83.3 million.
Wow. What a freaking find.
Great find.
That is insane. All you gotta do is dig a little.
Lower, go lower, go lower.
Alright, no client list. Here's one. Prince Andrew. Jeffrey Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre, who said, I was trafficked to Prince Andrew, just committed suicide. Her case was dismissed by the same judge, Lewis Kaplan, who ruled that Donald Trump was guilty of raping E. Jean Carroll. This judge formally dismissed all sexual abuse and rape charges through a sealed settlement with no prison time. No jury, behind closed doors, dismissed. And now she's dead, wink wink, of suicide after recovering from a car accident. Now, FBI Director Cash doesn't want to investigate it. Pam Bondi doesn't want to investigate it. No justice for victims under Trump administration. Protect disgusting elites instead. Alright, and then this is Epstein survivor Juliet Rosebride. So we'll listen to her.
Wow, Donald Trump, America, government. Your government kidnapped me. You promised the Epstein list. Victims are being found dead. Hello. I mean, the whole reason you gained presidency, Trump, was because of promising the Epstein list. Are you as much of a liar as them? You know, and thank goodness for Elon Musk for actually standing up for what's right. You know, it's funny how only South Africans stand up, because where are the other 200 Epstein victims? Although maybe they're too frightened to speak out because of the American government.
Yep.
Well, I speak for all of them. I speak for all victims. How dare your government abuse, rape, and murder? We'll be coming for you. Don't you worry, government. You can sit there and pretend that Epstein didn't exist and that none of this happened. But guess what? We're not that fucking stupid. Don't make us any more angry, otherwise we will come and we will find you. How dare you?
And I put no justice for victims under the Trump administration. He promised. How dare you? She said when she was introduced to Epstein, she was told he was the king of America. This is the king of America, of the United States, Jeffrey Epstein. And you know, this is kind of a funny title they gave him. But just saying how powerful he is. He's the king of America. This is Jeffrey Epstein. He's king of America. He's going to help your modeling career. And then she was trafficked to him. Your daily reminder that Trump administration hunted down college students critical of Israel harder than they hunted the child rapists on Epstein's list.
Case, I have worked on, I'll talk to you about the Epstein case. I have worked on this for years, trying to get those records of who flew on Epstein's plane and who helped him build this international human trafficking, sex trafficking ring. Now, earlier I urged then Chairman Durbin to subpoena those records, and I ended up being blocked by Senator Durbin and Christopher Wray. They stonewalled on this, and I know that breaking up these trafficking rings is important to President Trump. So will you work with me on this issue so we know who worked with Jeffrey Epstein in building these sex trafficking rings?
Absolutely, Senator. Child sex trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight.
I talk to you about the Epstein
so he lied.
case. I have worked on this for years.
You promised cash.
What the hell are these Republicans doing? You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing?
Yeah, what are they doing?
I saw you
give out the list.
I saw you make news this morning about that. I got to get to that.
What are you doing,
You
cash?
say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list. You don't think that Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list? And why is it that
still
the Senate,
protecting them?
You know,
You're still protecting
Senator
them all.
Blackburn to try to get it out, but then Dick Durbin comes over the top and says, "No, we're not going to release the names." I don't care about the
Now
list.
you're not saying. You're saying it doesn't exist.
What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list. You're going to accept Dick Durbin's word, or
you
whoever
can't
the
get
guy
the list,
is,
Cash?
as to who is on that list and who isn't, and that it can and can't be released. Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are. We have an election coming up,
Cash.
and we need to
Where's your big boy
adjudicate the
pants?
polls. God knows the FBI and DOJ aren't going to do anything, but how are you going to reward the FBI with a new headquarters building after their illegal surveillance on Donald Trump continues with a reauthorization?
You and
of FISA,
Donald Trump covering up
and we
for
can't
him
get
now.
basic documents out. This is why America hates Congress, and this is why I'm tired.
Hates
of the
you and
Republican
Trump now,
majority
too.
saying they're going to get the job done and failing.
What happened to Cash's big boy pants? Yeah, I'm just showing you what I wrote earlier, because I already did this video.
You know, it's the same thing with Epstein.
All right, and then here's Alex Jones. Let's see.
Now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now. It's because I have integrity. I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country. And they're doing so much good.
Overactor or a bad actor or something.
To do something like this tears my guts out. And the left.
I mean, I believe him. He's actually sad, but
we know they're pure evil.
He's doing it up for the camera.
It's all funny. Oh, look, Alex is sad. The MAGA's tearing itself apart. Your globalist masters literally want you to eat bugs and live in a 5G, 200 square foot coffin apartment. Look at the left. Look at them all posing with their Pfizer shots, looking like dead zombies. I mean, come on. You guys are sick. And so you shouldn't look at those of us that have a soul still and have integrity in pain over this and celebrate, you dumb pieces of fucking shit. You're going against your own self-preservation, serving this evil globalist system in BlackRock and the New World Order and Hakeem Jeffries and all the rest of it. So I'm just processing this right now. I don't know on what planet Trump is doing all this good stuff in the real world and still being demonized by the corporate media and constant lies like, oh, there was no weather alert for flash floods in Texas by the National Weather Service.
What? Money?
The day before,
Stability?
500 times. It's just
is this what makes America great?
Trump. He's being lied about.
If this is what our country is built on.
Shit happens. I don't even know.
If this is what our country is built on, then America shouldn't exist. Call to activism says, get out of my way. A belligerent Alex Jones starts crying as he accuses the Trump administration of being part of Epstein cover. I'm physically going to puke right now. He said something more. Oh, here it is. When Alex Jones can't stomach the lies anymore, as you know, MAGA is toast. MAGA's not toast. So, not a cult. MAGA's not toast, we're just pissed at Trump. And then, I don't know, did I go over this right now? Let's see. Just now during the Trump cabinet meeting, are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? I can't believe you're asking me this question about Epstein at this time. And then I wrote, are you a panicking now? He just slapped us all in the face. I'm sure he's going to immediately walk this all back, but we can and must criticize him. And then he said, Drew Hernandez says, it's clear that President Trump's cabinet meeting statements today, as he himself wants to let, today that he himself wants you to let Epstein issue go. No, we are not settling. No, we're not letting this go. Nothing's going to happen beyond this. And then, let's see. I wanted to show you this. So this was what happened yesterday. This is the cabinet meeting. So if you watched my episode yesterday, you saw this, but I wanted to show you this. Just pay attention to Trump's eyes as he's being asked this question.
Released yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the stabbing?
Yeah, sure. If
Pam, could I just interrupt for 1 second?
Sure.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking...
Jailhouse.
See how he was acting when he was asked about that?
He did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the stabbing?
Yeah, sure.
Pam, could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking... We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things.
This is what you ran on Trump.
And are people still talking about this guy?
Yes, you promised.
That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems...
So you can't ask questions about Epstein right now?
But you go ahead.
Oh, it's a desecration. We're asking all kinds of questions, but it's a desecration to ask about Epstein. Did you see how he was acting when he asked about the intelligence? It's because the CIA, Assad, MI6, they're all working together. They were all part of this honeypot. Jeffrey Epstein was working for all of them. They all have this blackmail on everyone, and it's the biggest people in the world. It's all the leaders. Trump just wants to make deals with everyone, so he's going to let all this slide. He's just going to let all the intelligence agencies keep their blackmail on everyone, and I don't know. He won't ever do anything, especially when Israel's involved, especially when elites are involved. You know, he'd rather make a deal than punish those people. And it's like, I don't know. What country do you work for, Trump? I don't know. I'm just sick of it all. He's going to walk this back later today. Probably. Tomorrow. He's probably already done it as I'm sitting here. I don't know. But he's going to walk all this back and he's going, oh, it's coming, it's coming. Yeah, it's never going to happen. It's because it's this one big swamp, and America's built on that swamp. Israel's built on that swamp. England's built on that swamp. All of Europe probably is built on the swamp. Yeah, and they're all just blackmailing each other, and all the elites are just going to get away with it. So, have a good day, people. I'll see you later.
Some truths will be hilarious. Others painful. But we must be free. We must break into the DisAlgorithm.